ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So we were discussing about that karma yoga, or doing action with detachment, is better than karma sannyasa, is better than avoiding work. As the age or the time changes, people understand, or rather the society understand the scriptures differently. Though the meaning is already given, commentary of the great saints have already written, but still understanding differs. So that what happened for quite a long time. Not that people didn't serve, that people didn't do the service, or people didn't do karma yoga, or people did not know how to do karma with detachment. But there was a big concept. When it came to monks, those who give up the social life and then spend life in contemplation and spiritual practices, they did not serve, they did not do service to people. Rather, karma, which generally monks do in the monastery, was karma yoga. That they did with detachment. But there was no question for them to get involved in the society in terms of serving people. Long before we discussed that. And that came after the advent of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. Today, there is no spiritual organization who doesn't do service or seva. So, to do action with detachment, that which was, it is told as karma yoga. So, karma sannyasa is renunciation of karma. But who is that who gives up attachment, giving up attachment and be detached? Detached with the fruits of action, detached with the result of action. There are two aspects of that which Krishna says. A person can be called a man of renunciation, provided who doesn't hate, not dveshti. What is hating? Hate is dislike. Dislike to what? In context of this, we must understand that one who doesn't hate or doesn't crave, nakangshati, neither hates nor desires. This is what in general, in English we say, don't seek, don't avoid. That state of mind which is neither attached nor hates, it's a very correct, apt state of mind which is detached. Lest people understand detachment as dislike, that's why this is told. Detachment is not dislike. Renunciation is not negative. When we give up something, it's not that we hate it. For example, for the sake of becoming monk, we leave our home, we leave our parents and start staying in monastery. There was no hatred for parents. As attachment is absent, so the hatred also has to be absent. If hatred and attachment and aversion, if these two can be avoided, that is the state of mind which is desirable for doing karma or renounce karma, any one of them. And if one becomes detached, that means free from attachment and aversion, he can easily be free from the bondages. You need to practice detachment in that field of action where you want freedom, mukti, moksha. If I want to be free from the effect of bondage, the only way is to be free by renunciation of attachment and aversion both. That means what? That means what we call bondage is nothing but our attachment and aversion. If attachment and aversion is not there, a person is free. Only those who doesn't have this attachment and aversion only can understand. Or those who have understood the concept that yes, I want to be free from attachment and aversion. So you start to become free from all this. Then you start realizing that bondage was within, bondage was never outside. Bondage is within, bondage is of the mind. Body are always free. So what is bound? It is the mind. And bondage of the mind is nothing but attachment and aversion. Attachment, people feel sweetness. That's why get attached to it. You get attached where you start getting happiness. What is aversion? You dislike the source which gives you unhappiness. So aversion will come. So to be free from attachment and aversion there is a third standpoint. If one can achieve that, then only one can be free from attachment and aversion. And the third one is a higher goal. Whichever field you are working, the higher goal. Not higher goal in terms of promotion and all that, but higher goal in terms of your attitude towards the work. That's why those who are spiritual minded people, whatever they do, it should be without attachment and without aversion. But if you don't have attachment and aversion, how you deal with the world? They deal with the world with detachment if the mind is attached to something higher. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Those who are not spiritually inclined, even if they do action without attachment and aversion, the chances of desire of name and fame will come. Chances of you give up the work because you are not getting attention or profit or this and that. So basic practice is to be free from attachment and aversion. And then the third one to reach or to have is detachment and the higher goal. So when this question comes, when the karma question comes, there are many other spiritual paths where active karma is not required. For example, if you are path of Jnana Yoga, people, those who are following that path, do not necessarily be engaged in action. Again, I will come back to the same point. It is after the advent of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda that the total attitude of monasticism has changed. I was fortunate to do little research work on this under the guidance of one great Swami. That how the advent of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda changed the course of monasticism in India. Now you don't feel, because everybody does more or less the same, some kind of service, which earlier was not there. So, then the question comes, if realization of truth, God realization, if that is the goal of my life, I follow certain path. That path could be with karma or without karma. So in general there are two paths. One is Jnana Yoga, one is Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is common. Bhakti Yoga is as if it's part of your life. You do Jnana also with Bhakti, you do Karma also with Bhakti. So that's why attitude is two. Here two are discussed. What is that? Sankhya and Yoga. Here Yoga is Karma Yoga and Sankhya is Jnana Yoga. Many times you will hear this word called Sankhya. Sankhya, little Sanskrit knowledge. Sankhya word comes from Sankhya, number. Sankhya is number 2, 3, 4, 5. These are numbers. Sankhya is a philosophy which is derived out of numbers. What is that number? Sankhya basic philosophy is this. What you call Atman in Vedanta, Sankhya Yoga says, it's called Purusha. Purusha is not male and female, not that Purusha. Atman is Purusha. Why it is called Purusha? Why it is called Purusha? That definition also is beautiful. This body is like a city. The city which has got different gates. All the senses are the gates. So one who stays in this city, or rather resides in this city, is called Purusha. Why? Because the city is called Puri. Puri Shayanadva. It is Purusha. So Purusha is that who stays in this body. Who stays? The consciousness or I. So that to search for that. So Purusha is one side. And the rest of the universe, rest of the Prakriti. That's why Sankhya Yoga is discrimination between Purusha and Prakriti. What is Prakriti? Whatever is my object of perception is part of Prakriti, including my body. And that is made of 24 articles. For example, Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Tanmatra, Pancha Mahabhuta, Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankara. So this is made of the universe, 24. But we are identified, the Purusha within is identified with this Tattva, 24 Tattva. To discriminate that I am not any of these 24, I am Purusha, I am Atman. That path is called Jnana Yoga, that part is called Sankhya Yoga. In Sankhya Yoga, there is no concept of Maya, etc. that comes in Vedanta, not in Sankhya. Swami Brahmanji says in one place, I like Sankhya. Why? Because this is the basic discrimination is required here. So Krishna says here, but that doesn't mean that those who do karma and those who do not do karma or do less karma or the basic karma, because nobody can be free from karma, that we know. But not doing karma as we do karma, even if we are monks, we do karma for the benefit of the people, which we consider as a spiritual practice. We look after the boys, we look after counseling, we look after kindergarten and garden, ashram and many things of the ashram. But with detachment, the personal detachment is very much necessary. It may appear that we are attached, but we don't need to be attached. If any of the monks, you must have seen many monks getting transferred. Yeah? They are getting transferred. So anything they carry from here, they don't carry anything. But when they are here, they are in charge of that. But we know nothing belongs to us. That bhava, that feeling, anybody can keep, not even monks, not only monks, even the householders. When you will leave this world, you also won't be able to take anything from here. So whatever you have, in whichever form you have, the idea is detachment. Let me look after it. Let me use it. But there is no sense of I and mine. All the modern thinking also says the same thing now, understanding the philosophy. You become the trustee, you become the manager, you become the person to look after this money or property or whatever you have. Because nothing will go with you. That's why, very beautiful shloka here. Sankhya Yoga, Sankhya and Yoga, Prithak, they are different. Who says that? Bala Pravadanti, only children will say that. Na Pandita, not the intelligent people will not say that. Ekam apya sthita samyak ubayor vindate phalam. Anyone who properly resorts to even one of them gets the result of both. Very interesting. You practice one, you get result of both. How? There is a very interesting incident. Swami Vivekananda was in monastery at that time. Young boys are coming to join under him. So he made two groups. Okay, those believe in Jnana Yoga sit this side. Those who believe in Bhakti Yoga sit this side. Now you start debate. So debate is going on. So after that, all the brahmacharis or the young monks ask Swamiji, what's your conclusion? Which is better, Jnana or Bhakti? Swamiji says this, do anything sincerely. If you are following the path of Bhakti, follow the path of Bhakti. What is Bhakti? Doing whatever you are doing with that spirit that I want to offer it to my Lord, God. And Jnana is, every time I do work, I want to realize that I am not doing anything. It is the body and mind does. Atman, Purusha doesn't do anything. These two, whichever path you take up sincerely. But you see, that's why in our guidelines, Swamiji says, whether you follow Bhakti Yoga or Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga is must. That's why you will find in all the centers of our Math or mission, a lot of social service or activities goes on. These are not social service for us. These are spiritual practice for us. So, Sankhya and Yoga, Jnana and Karma are not separate. Those who don't understand, they will say Sankhya and Yoga are different. They are not different. They are the same. Yat Sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogera gamyate. That state which you achieve by practicing Jnana, Sankhya, discrimination, same place you can achieve by Yoga or Karma Yoga. Ekam Sankhyam cha Yogam cha ya pashyati sa pashyati. One who sees that both are one, he is the right person. His understanding is a matured understanding. So, karma one cannot hate. Even karma phala also you don't need to hate. Hatred should be out of our mind. As attachment should be out of our mind, aversion also should be out of our mind. These are ideals. These are not that all of us are born with that. We need to practice it. Why we are born? We are born completely different. This is a game. All of us started our game with this. All the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, everything is there in everybody. Nobody is free from that. That is how the battle starts. As soon as you are born with this. Now, be free from that. That is the game given us to play. One who can be free from attachment and aversion, he or she progresses. Remaining, we remain in the same state of existence. So, that which is to be practiced is only one thing, and that is detachment. This is something very, very important aspect of practical spirituality. You need to observe your mind while doing spiritual practice. Am I getting attached to anything on my way? Is there anything which I am doing to impress others, to let others know? No. Then it is, the purpose will not meet. Many ideas are there for that. Whatever spiritual practice you do, it has to be, secret is not the word, but it should not be publicized. Come in the morning, you will find me meditating. You don't publicize like that. You do not do japa meditation to show somebody, So whatever spiritual practice you do, it should be known only to you and your God, not to others. Once it gets leaked out in the sense of not people knowing, but when it leaks out from you, that you become interested in letting people know your abilities and what you do for spiritual practice and all that. So, detachment is the watchword. If one word, whole Bhagavad Gita, if can be told, is detachment. All the problems of our life, of any level, is because of attachment and aversion. When there is attachment, we forget all the norms. Aversion comes, again we forget everything. Think of a person who is angry. We'll forget whom he is talking, where he is talking, what he is talking, what words are coming out, everything forgotten because of anger. Same thing goes with attachment. When attachment comes, people forget everything because that strong emotion of attachment takes place. So if one thing which can be called essence of Bhagavad Gita could be called detachment. The detachment which is free from attachment and aversion. A few classes before I asked this question, what is opposite to attachment? And mostly people will say detachment. No. Detachment is right in the center. If attachment is this side, opposite to attachment is aversion or hatred. Detachment is in center. Detachment cannot be opposite to attachment. One who is free from attachment and aversion, attachment and hatred, is detachment, is a detached person. So detachment is one thing. Any state of mind, any station in life, any problem comes, you will find the problem is because of our attachment and hatred. Love is not attachment. Love is different, attachment is different. Very difficult to discriminate and find difference between love and attachment. apparently look same. If the result of your love is pain or misery, then it was attachment, it was not love. What is love then? It's an emotion. It's not attachment. If it is not attachment, what it is? A simple thing can be called, when it is attachment, the person is selfish. And why attachment gives misery? Because when that attachment breaks, that source of happiness is taken away from you. That makes you painful. Love is an outgoing process. Love makes you to sacrifice. There are very nice stories are there for us to understand. There will be some people, we are not telling any social situation here, but in any kind of relationship, one group of people always are interested in themselves becoming happy. The other person, whatever happens to him or her doesn't matter, I should be happy. That's very low type of even attachment is there. Then there is little progressive mind, little evolved mind. I also should be happy, the other person also should be happy. And you respect each other's happiness. This seems to be the best. No. This is good, much better than becoming selfish. But the highest is, whom you love, be mindful. Whom you love should be happy. It's not question whether I am happy or not. That's why in love, sacrifice gives you happiness. If you can do little for the person whom you love, you feel happy. In general, when the love is a factor, not attachment, when love is a factor, you will find every footstep there is a sacrifice. And doing that sacrifice without even mentioning it, this kind of love is spiritual. Even if you are a householder, you progress spiritually if you practice this love. Whomsoever is the person in front, could be your parents, could be your husband, could be your children, could be your neighbor, could be anyone. Their happiness is more important than your happiness. If that is there, then it is love. Otherwise, we settle down to this. You also be happy, I also be happy. You live your life, I live my life. So far as you remain happy, I don't mind, but I should be happy. This happiness is fine, but it is not divine. It is a human, but progressed, evolved human being. Because those who are not evolved belong to the first category, that I should be happy. I don't care whether you are happy or not. So this love also has three. Once I told the story. It just shows what love could be, and not an earthly love or a material love, even if spiritual love. We have no understanding of that, how it can be possible to sacrifice everything of yours for the sake of your beloved. It's not easy. So a story goes like this. Lord Vishnu, who came as Krishna or Rama or any other incarnation according to our history. So story says that Lord Vishnu suddenly had some illness, kind of headache. So Mother Lakshmi asked, what has happened? So it's a terrible headache. You are all knowing, you are God. What is the reason? Let us remove the cause of the misery and misery will go. So Lord Vishnu says, this is not normal headache. This is not migraine also. This is a typical type of pain which can go only if any of my devotee applies the dust of his or her feet on my head, then only this pain will go. Now according to Hinduism, you don't give the dust of your feet on your Lord's head. It is his dust of his feet, this comes to you, you apply on your head. So Mother Lakshmi said, where can be a devotee who will do this? So he said, one devotee is there who has access everywhere, free entry everywhere, is Narada. So Narada comes. Lord Vishnu says, I am suffering and you are supposed to be the greatest devotee, always Narayana, Narayana you are doing. Give me dust of your feet and make me free from this pain. Narada says, sir, forget about it. How can I commit that sin? Okay, then you go everywhere. Go and find out if there is any devotee who can give me dust of his or her feet which I can apply on my head and I can be free from this pain. Everybody refused, just like Narada. How can we commit that sin? How can we touch the head of our Ishta with our feet? That is impossible. As the story goes, Narada comes to Vrindavan. The small Gopas and Gopis who loved Krishna so dearly. Narada told, this is the situation. So the Gopis started jumping around and said, why you are waiting for? Take whatever dust you want to take. We will touch with our feet and make it and apply it to the Lord's head. So Narada, you gone mad? What sin you are going to commit? The Gopis says, no. We get that sin, we go to hell, never mind. He should be free from migraine. He should be free from pain. It's not question of my suffering. It's question of his being happy. That's why this worldly relationship can never go up to this extent. Everywhere our selfish, our limitation, our narrowness, our concept of I, we comes into picture. Olden time maybe it was little better. Modern time it is less and less because of our extrovertness maybe. All of us think of our mothers who would be now in 80s and 90s and all that. They will serve food to the children, whole family. Children don't even bother to see whether anything is left in the kitchen for her to eat. And you will find whatever little is there, she will wipe in the cooking vessel and chapati or little rice or dal or whatever, she will eat. Any kind of gesture where you are ready to take the discomfort and not even acknowledging or asking that, I am doing this for you, okay? No. This becomes natural for that person. Keep on doing good to people, irrespective of people hurting them, harming them, scolding them, giving them pain. There is a beautiful incident in the life of great saint Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak ji was walking by the side of a river, and he found a scorpion is being swayed away in the water current. Being a saint, he felt the scorpion will die in water, so he wanted to lift him and put him on the shore. As soon as he lifted, that fellow bit. Blood came out. Maybe poison also started going in. And in that process, the scorpion fell down in the water again. He again tried. Again that fellow bit. Third time he tried. Third time he was bitten. The onlooker says to Guru Nanak, "Sir, what is this foolishness? He continuously biting you, hurting you, harming you, and you are continuously trying to save him." Guru Nanak smiled and told, "An insignificant creature, scorpion, is not giving up his dharma. How I, becoming as closer to God, can give up my dharma to save him? It is his nature to bite, and it is my nature to save him." So, idea is this. Love doesn't need to have a personality to love. Love can be your attitude. It is not that you love one person or 10 persons or 20 persons, no. Love is an attitude which is unselfish. That unselfishness in your attitude makes you spiritual. Swami Vivekananda even told in one place, unselfishness is God. You don't do any spiritual practice. Don't go to temple. Don't do japa. Just become unselfish. Niswartha. Just love everyone who is around you. People have faults. You don't need to go and especially show your love, not from that point of view. Whenever your contribution comes, that contribution could be out of love, not out of compulsion, not out of duty. Swamiji says duty is like a scorching sun which burns you. Seva is good, love is good. When it is duty, if you don't do duty, you are not paid. That is duty. Whenever we speak English, we forget the original Sanskrit words which were much, much higher. Seva is not duty. In duty there is compulsion, and in seva there is voluntary doing duty in a way, if you want to put it. So idea is this, that love is very pious, pure, spiritual emotion. Once Swami Vivekananda was asked, say something about Sri Ramakrishna. Swamiji used this in one place. He was Love personified. As if the love has taken a human form. That was Sri Ramakrishna. Disciples who came to Sri Ramakrishna, each one of them felt that we have never experienced this love. What he used to do to them? No. You don't need to give, you don't need to touch, you don't need to do anything. Love is an expression. And that expression doesn't ask anything in return. That love doesn't ask anything, even an acknowledgement. Oh, I am doing so much, or not even one thanks, you know. No. Love doesn't ask for the thanks. when a child is born and mother will feed the child, does the mother ask for thank you from the child? No. Is the mother doing her duty? No. It's a natural phenomena which initially it is always love. Slowly becomes transactional love. And then you say, no, he will grow up and he will look after me in my old age. If he doesn't look after, then you are in pain. That means it was attachment. Initially it was love. Sleepless nights for the same child. That child grows, starts misbehaving. Swamiji says this in Jnana Yoga. And still that attachment gets pain. And look at that situation. You are neither able to give up. You can't give up. Nor you are able to become detached. That is Maya. Maya is this only. Maya is when we cannot break our attachment. Maya is that when we cannot break expectations, acknowledgements, or appreciations, attention. So when nothing is required. So best example in general is the mother who has just given birth to the child. What is her attitude towards that child? Is it transactional? No. The child practically is not able to give anything back to mother except trouble. Crying anytime, soiling the bed anytime. But there is biological instinct. That's why it is, though very holy, mother's love for the child is probably the purest love in this relative world. But still that is not spiritual. Because after some time, that love takes the form of attachment. Then expectations will start. Then letting know that I am doing so much for you. Know how much we have done for you. You start putting up an account sheet. Oh, so much I have done for you. Now it's time for you to do it. Become transactional relationship. But many incidents are there. Common men never have any comfort in their life, but keep on reciprocating. Just natural flow of love. So, love is always spiritual. It is attachment which gives us pain. And so as I was telling, that the whole essence of Bhagavad Gita is in detachment. Of course, bhakti, jnana, yoga, everything is talked here. When the application of Bhagavad Gita comes, in one word we can summarize it, and that is detachment. That detachment is above attachment and aversion. That detachment is not hatred. That detachment is not giving up. Don't care. No. That detachment is above attachment and aversion. And that is spiritual, and that is take us forward in our spiritual life. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.